The envoys from the Red Sun sect were relentlessly searching for Ming but were unable to locate him. One of the envoys speculated that Ming might be in agony due to the negative energy infusion, rendering him immobile. However, their attention was drawn to a group of men scouring the mountains, sent by the Yi clan in their quest to find Ming. The envoys saw this as an opportunity and decided to discreetly follow the group, hoping it would lead them to Ming's whereabouts. The group of men reached the entrance of a cave, convinced that Ming Yi was hiding inside. Suddenly, Ming opened his eyes, finding himself covered in blood. One of the men forcefully broke open the cave entrance, and they all entered the cave, expecting to find Ming. However, to their astonishment, Ming was nowhere to be seen. They discovered only Ming's abandoned clothes, as he had already made his escape from the cave. Meanwhile, Baiming confronted Ming with the negative energy injection and proceeded to destroy it. She explained that this energy was even more destructive than spiritual energy and could destroy a person without detection. Baiming further disclosed that it was injected by one of the envoys, revealing their treachery. Ming contemplated the motive behind the envoy's attack and recalled a conversation between Han Yu and the envoys. He concluded that they targeted him because of Han Yu. However, Ming decided to prioritize dealing with the Yi clan first since many of their men were currently occupied searching for him. On the other hand, Ziyuan felt a pang of guilt for his son's condition, but his attention was caught by a shadow moving outside. He caught a glimpse of it and Jinying informed him that it was Ming Yi. However, Ziyuan couldn't believe it, as he thought Ming was running away from them. Jinying continued to insist that it was Ming, but before Ziyuan could fully comprehend the situation, a massive explosion occurred, forcing him to take evasive action and protect himself. When the dust settled, Ziyuan saw Ming standing there. He immediately launched an attack towards Ming, but to his astonishment, it turned out to be an illusion, and his attack struck thin air. In a swift movement, Ming maneuvered behind Ziyuan and unleashed a powerful technique called Billows Up to Heaven, sending Ziyuan far away. Ziyuan, having been defeated by Ming in just one attack, acknowledged the immense strength displayed by Ming, equating it to that of the clan leader. As Ming stood ready to deliver the final blow and end Ziyuan's life, Ziyuan managed to stop him. He revealed a shocking truth: Ming's father was destroyed by Wancheng, but it was done to save Ziyuan's third brother's life. This revelation brought a momentary pause to Ming's actions. The true identity of the murderer was unveiled as Zixing Yi, who had already joined a prestigious clan many years ago. Ziyuan disclosed that the condition for Zixing to join the clan was the death of Ming's father. The story of the Huang family was merely a fabrication used to conceal the real motive. Zixing's fate was sealed, regardless of whether the Huang family had been offended or not. Ziyuan shared with Ming that Zihui, Ming's father, had a strong desire to join the Haotian clan and become a sky captor. This ambition consumed Zihui, and Wancheng, being aware of it, deliberately overlooked it to enhance Zihui's worth. Intrigued, Ming inquired further, wanting to understand more about the Haotian clan and the role of a sky captor. Baiming disclosed that 100,000 years ago, the land of Tianyuan was not divided into various factions, and the divine dynasty ruled over the world. However, a powerful group called the Haotian sect emerged, advocating for equality between the weak and the strong. Their ideology gained widespread support, rapidly growing in influence and shaking the very foundation of the divine dynasty. The divine dynasty could not tolerate the rise of the sky captor organization, which sought to punish evil and injustice within the factions. As a result, they initiated a war and successfully annihilated the Haotian sect. However, the emperor sustained severe injuries during the conflict, and the lords of the empire engaged in an internal insurgency, causing further chaos. Ming acknowledged the enduring strength of the Haotian clan, which still instilled fear in other clans and sects to this day. Ziyuan explained that the other clans and sects regarded the Haotian clan as terrifying beasts, and there were substantial rewards for anyone who managed to eliminate a member of the Haotian clan. Wancheng Yi took Zihui's life to obtain the reward and secure a place for his son in a prestigious Grand Clan sect. Ming grabbed Ziyuan and inquired about the sect that Zixing had joined, which turned out to be the Tianhe sect. Ziyuan admitted that Zixing must have become an inner disciple in the 4 years and pleaded with Ming for forgiveness. However, Ming wasn't satisfied and pressed for the truth about his mother's death. Ziyuan claimed that she had taken her own life after Ziyui's death, but Ming sensed that he was lying. Ming, consumed by anger, tormented Ziyuan until he confessed the truth. It was revealed that Zili Yi had desired Ming's mother for a long time, and after Ziyui's death, he harassed her. However, before Zili could carry out his intentions, Ming's mother took her own life. Overwhelmed with rage, Ming unleashed his fury and brutally ended Ziyuan's life. The guards of the Yi family were in pursuit of the intruder and discovered that it was Ming Yi. Wancheng, upon learning this, commanded his guards to attack Ming. They launched their assault, but Ming's agility allowed him to swiftly evade their attacks and confront Wancheng directly. A fierce battle ensued between the two, but Ming's skill proved superior, overpowering Wancheng. Within a few decisive moves, Wancheng met his demise at the hands of Ming. All the guards stood in awe as they witnessed Wancheng's demise at the hands of Ming. Filled with fear, they locked eyes with Ming, who emitted a piercing gaze that sent chills down their spines. Overwhelmed by his presence, the guards scattered in all directions, fleeing as fast as their legs could carry them. Ming, undeterred, pressed forward and made his way towards the gathering wall. However, his path was quickly blocked by Zili, Jinying, and a group of guards, who stood defiantly in his way, ready to confront him. Jinying and Zili seethed with anger as they observed Ming's audacious display. Zili, consumed by rage, launched an attack towards Ming, but Ming's agility allowed him to swiftly evade the blow. Taking advantage of the opening, Ming deftly maneuvered behind Zili and delivered a powerful punch, sending him flying several meters away from the impact. Jinying persistently urged Zili to unleash his full strength against Ming, believing that it would buy them time until reinforcements arrived. Zili, already exerting all his power, contemplated revealing their blood relation in a desperate attempt to persuade Ming to forgive him. However, Ming, consumed by anger and a thirst for vengeance, declared that he would not rest until he had utterly destroyed Zili, disregarding any pleas for mercy or reconciliation. Despite Zili's warning not to endell him, Ming struck him with a fatal blow, ending his life in a single powerful punch. With a chilling gaze, Ming turned his attention to Jinying, causing fear to course through his veins. Jinying, realizing the imminent danger, attempted to flee while commanding the guards to attack Ming. However, Ming swiftly maneuvered, catching up to Jinying in an instant. With a forceful kick, Ming sent Jinying soaring several meters away. Jinying, filled with fear, warned Ming of the repercussions he would face for attacking fellow clan members and assured him that the clan would surely hunt him down. In response, Ming confidently revealed his plan to end the clan leader's life in the near future. Intrigued by Jinying's actions, Ming questioned him about the motives behind his behavior towards him and the truth behind his meridians being severed. Jinying opened up about the clan leader's orders to sever Ming's meridians, explaining that it was driven by jealousy and resentment towards Ming's progress. Fueled by his anger over his father's death, Jinying made a final desperate move, attacking Ming. However, Ming skillfully evaded the attack and retaliated with a powerful kick, striking Jinying with full force. Wancheng arrived at the scene, but he was too late. Jinying and Zili had already met their demise. Consumed by anger and grief, Wancheng lashed out at Ming, labeling him as vicious. In response, Ming boldly pointed out that it was Wancheng who was truly vicious, having taken his father's life and allowing his son to cause his mother's death. Ming, fueled by his anger, attempted to attack Wancheng. However, two elderly men who accompanied Wancheng intervened and protected him from Ming's assault. Sensing the danger and realizing the strength gap between them, Bai Ming advised Ming to retreat. Ming swiftly escapes from the scene, taking advantage of his speed as the old men were unable to catch up with him. Recognizing the futility of pursuing him, they decide not to waste their energy and let him go. However, their attention is captured by a sudden appearance of a purple light, which turns out to be Zhen Jiang, arriving near Wancheng. He informs Wancheng that Han Yu had informed him about Ming Yi having taken the clan's spot in the Red Sun sect. Curious about the situation, he inquires about his grandfather, but Wancheng sadly reveals that his grandfather was killed by Ming. Upon learning about his grandfather's death, Zhen Jiang's anger flares up, and he quickly moves towards Ming, determined to seek revenge. As Ming hurriedly made his escape, Bai Ming advised him to run as fast as he could. She revealed that a formidable warrior was pursuing him with great speed and possessed far greater strength than Ming. Spotting a boat nearby, Ming quickly boarded it and set off. By the time Zhen Jiang arrived at the scene, Ming had already vanished, leaving no trace behind. Upon waking up, Ming was greeted by a boy and a girl who had allowed him to rest on their boat. Expressing his gratitude, Ming offered to pay for his stay. However, the girl kindly declined his offer and inquired about the reason for his late-night arrival and his current situation. Ming explained that he was fleeing from an enemy and intended to join the Red Sun section. The girl commended his decision and revealed that their boat was headed towards a location closer to the Red Sun section. She offered to take him there directly. The boy chimed in, mentioning that they needed to make a brief stop at Maple Leaf City for a few days before continuing their journey to their intended destination. After their departure, Ming deduced that the pursuing warrior must be Zhen Jiangyi, the sole inner disciple of the Red Sun sect, who had a personal motive to chase him. Curious about the concept of a sky captor and the reason behind their pursuit, Ming turned to Bai Ming for answers. Bai Ming explained that the Sky Captor was an organization dedicated to upholding justice and punishing evildoers. Their mission was seen as a threat by many sects that engaged in destructive behavior, causing them to view the Sky Captors as a thorn in their side. The scene shifts to the port of Maple Leaf City. The young boy and girl needed to unload some cargo and warned Ming to be cautious while in the city. They advised him to rely on money if he encountered any trouble instead of resorting to physical force. Ming entered the city, admiring its beautiful surroundings. Suddenly, a man approached him and asked if it was his first time visiting the city. A stranger approached Ming, identifying himself as the Iron Dog from the Dog Legs gang. This enigmatic individual extended his assistance to Ming, offering to help him with any needs he might have. After their introductions, Ming gratefully handed over a pouch of money and requested a brief introduction to the city, as he was unfamiliar with his new surroundings. Maple Leaf City had a rich history spanning over 300 years, and it was primarily governed by three prominent houses, Huang, Feng, and Miao. These houses held a prestigious status and were considered untouchable. When Ming learned about the Huang family, he became intrigued by them. However, the Iron Dog, providing valuable insight, explained that despite their prominence, these great families had limited control and influence, particularly when compared to the aristocratic families who held even greater power and authority. Ming was curious about the aristocratic families and turned to the Iron Dog for clarification. The Iron Dog proceeded to inform him that these families were divided into three classes: gold, silver, and bronze. Ming was taken aback by the revelation that their state of Yen lacked any gold families, and in the capital city, there were only 2 bronze families. Iron Dog went on to explain that the 5 majestic dynasties were the greatest country in the world, having reigned for over 100,000 years. The families ruled over powerful lord states, below which were many vassal states. The Yen state was not even qualified to be a vassal state, making Ming feel bad about his family, which was a bully in a backward town of a tiny state. The Yi family was not a big shot. Iron Dog pointed out a martial arts product shop, but Ming noticed that only rich people could afford to buy anything there. Nevertheless, he entered the shop and inquired about the price of a martial arts skill. The shop only accepted martial coins, spirit stones, or talisman money and did not take gold or silver. Despite not having any of those currencies, Ming asked for the price of the grade 8 martial arts skill billow fist technique that he wanted to sell, shocking the shopkeeper's mind with high-level technique which was useless to Ming. The shopkeeper informed Ming that the worth of a grade 8 martial arts skill ranged from 500 to 3,000 liangs of spirit stones. Ming was taken aback by the value of his skill. Despite Ming's suggestion not to do so, the shopkeeper insisted on testing the authenticity of the skill by asking Ming to use it on him. As a result, the shopkeeper was sent flying a few meters away by Ming's technique. he stood up and acknowledged that the fist technique was almost at the level of grade 7. The shopkeeper then priced the technique at 3,200 liangs of first-class spirit stones. Iron Dog was stunned to hear such a high amount of money. Since Ming had already learned the technique, he thought of selling it, and Bai Ming had many techniques of that level. Bai Ming advised Ming to accept martial coins instead of spirit stones since they were a widely recognized currency throughout the land and could be forged by people who were dominators or above in martial arts. She also disclosed that the coins could be used as a weapon. Ming inquired about the cost of the skill in martial coins. The shopkeeper offered to pay 8 martial coins and 320 liangs of first-class spirit stones. Both parties agreed, and the transaction was completed. Ming wandered outside while playing with the coins. He contemplated using them to attack someone, but Iron Dog advised him to keep them in a bag instead. He also revealed that he knew a perfect place where the coins could be put to use. Iron Dog escorted Ming to a high-end casino, where they found a large crowd of people indulging in gambling. He informed Ming that it was the most renowned casino in the city, owned by influential individuals from the capital, rumored to be related to the royal family. Iron Dog excused himself, stating that he didn't fit in there. Outside the casino, Iron Dog was seen conversing with a red-haired individual who offered him a bag of gold to bring more customers to the casino. It was evident that the person aimed to dupe Ming of his money, and Iron Dog had betrayed his trust. Ming, with no prior knowledge of gambling, contemplated leaving the casino, but the girls working there persuaded him to join. Bai Ming, too, encouraged him to give it a try. She suspected that Iron Dog had been bribed by the casino owner to bring Ming in and make him lose all his martial coins. She disclosed that Tianpeng Ji was a master gambler and had won against over 8,000 people with his remarkable memory and martial arts primordial spirit sense. Ming entered the VIP section of the casino and decided to bet 2 martial coins in the game. With Bai Ming's guidance, Ming started gambling at the casino and chose a game to play. Despite being mocked by some of the other players, Ming bet 2 martial arts coins and tried to appear confident, though he was secretly scared of losing his coins. He asked Bai Ming for advice, and she assured him that the bet was correct. As the round began, Ming ended up winning and earning 8 martial arts coins. Encouraged by his success, he continued to bet with Bai Ming's guidance, and after 4 hours of gambling, he had won around 200 martial arts coins. Other players grew scared of him and began to leave the game. At this moment, Zhou, the same person who had given Iron Dog some gold coins, arrived and asked if he could join them. He introduced himself as Hualong Zhou and asked if he could play with them. Bai Ming advised Ming to play with him but to leave after losing 70 coins. Ming followed Bai Ming's advice and left after losing the agreed-upon amount. After he left, Zhou became angry and accused the manager and the girls of cheating. However, they all insisted that Ming had played fairly, leaving Zhou convinced that someone was behind Ming's success. After finishing his game with Zhou, Ming departed from the casino and bid farewell to Iron Dog. The latter appeared pleased, assuming that Ming had lost all his coins. However, Zhou suddenly materialized beside him and punched him, accusing Ming of being a conman. The scene transitions to a hotel room, where Ming and Bai Ming are engaged in conversation. Ming inquired about his losses, to which Bai Ming responded that leaving a casino with winnings was not as simple as winning and departing. She explained that the other casino patrons were suspicious of Ming, speculating on his background and how he may have cheated. Ming thought that Zhou was testing him, but he was content with his large haul of martial arts coins. Bai Ming commented that if Ming were stronger, the other patrons would not have dared to confront him even if he won all the coins. She recommended that Ming practice meridian cultivation using the I Jing Jing technique, as it was the most effective method. The scene then shifts to a boat 5 days later, where Ming is still cultivating. The girl enters the room with a bowl of soup for him. Ming apologized for imposing on them and using their boat for free, but the girl did not mind, as Ming had referred to her as sis. She inquired about Ming's cultivation method, which she found strange, but Ming lied about it. Suddenly, the boat began to shake, and the girl suspected that pirates had attacked them. As their boat navigated through a narrow canyon, it was suddenly surrounded by pirates. The brother reassured his sister that he would handle the situation. He introduced himself to the pirates as Tai Ming from Maple Leaf City and asked for their leader's name. The pirates mocked Tai's name, claiming they had never heard of it before. The pirate leader was named Da Fei Xiang, and their group was known as the Black Water Gang. Ming sensed Da Fei's strength, which was as formidable as Wan Qingye's. Tai praised Da Fei and offered a box of gold in exchange for safe passage. Although Da Fei agreed to let them leave, he demanded that Tai's sister stay with them for a few days. Tai refused and warned Da Fei not to push too far. This made Da Fei furious, and he threatened to harm Tai and do as he pleased with the sister. Tai became enraged and attacked the pirates. Ming also leaped onto their ship and joined the fray, determined to repay the brother and sister for their hospitality. Da Fei wielded his axe to attack Ming, but he was able to deflect the blows. Tai's sister was amazed by Ming's strength and realized that none of them could match him in terms of power. Ming effortlessly defeated the pirates, surprised at his newfound strength. He had not even used his fist technique but had taken down the pirates with a single punch, thanks to his practice of the innate Yi Jin Jing technique. Ming explained that Ming's training had strengthened his tiger's sinew and his blood cultivation had also contributed to his remarkable physical strength. Comparing him to an average grade 5 disciple who could only manage a maximum strength of 2,000 genes, Ming had at least 15,000 genes. Da Fei cursed Ming for defeating his men so easily, but Ming suggested he should not run away. When Da Fei asked if Ming wanted to hurt them all, Ming simply wanted Da Fei to receive his punch. The pirates were scared of Ming's power and requested Da Fei to take a punch from him so they could follow suit. Tai objected, fearing the pirates would harm others if left alive. But Ming reassured him that Da Fei could not even withstand one of his punches. Da Fei agreed to take the hit and prepared himself. Ming took a stance and punched him with all his strength, sending him flying into the sea and causing their boat to break. The other pirates were shocked to see their leader, a grade 9 disciple, defeated with just one punch. Ming warned them to stop their atrocious activities, or they would face the same fate, and ordered them to leave the area.